Hey family, this is David Mahan, Policy Director at the Center for Christian Virtue. Just thought we'd take a minute today to talk about the connection between God and government. And I know that sounds like, that they would never meet, but there is a connection between God and government, and we as believers have a mandate to seek the peace and prosperity of our city in which, the Lord has sent us. There's a passage in Jeremiah 29, verses 4 through 7, and I'd just like to read that for you. It said, "This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says to all those I carried into exile from Jerusalem." Right? So I know 1 Peter says that this earth is not our homes. We are exiles. But this is what God has to say to his exiled people. Build houses, settle down, plant gardens. I know I've got some builders listening to me right now. I know I've got some landscapers, listening to me right now. Eat what they produce, marry and have sons and daughters, find wives for your sons and daughters, and give your daughters in marriage so that they too may have sons and daughters. Increase in number and do not decrease. Listen to verse 7. Also, seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you exile. Pray for it, because if it prospers, listen to this, if it prospers, you too will prosper. Listen, the degree to which your and our families will be blessed is the same degree to which we bless our city. This is not our home, family, but it is definitely our assignment. Sometimes folks get a little upset about folks talking about God and government in the same breath. And there was a preacher, but he said it once to me this way. He said, government is God's thing. Politics is man's thing. But I'm here to tell you that even politics is important. See, politics is man's way of getting their needs and wants met in the context of one of three of God's governments: civil government, church government, and family government. And I did say civil government even is God's thing. Isaiah 33 actually tells us that the Lord is king, the Lord is judge, and the Lord is lawgiver. And that's where we get our judicial, our executive, and legislative branches of government here in the United States of America. It's all God's thing. And politics is man's way of getting their needs and wants met within the context of one of those three governments. If that's not really ringing true for you right now, I want you to consider, those of you that have children, when they were young, right around Christmas, all those little jokers wanted toys, right? And let's say your son comes up to you and says, "Daddy, I need another video game system, $500 system." And you say, "Man, get out of here. I just bought you one last year." And he doesn't stop there. He lobbies the next head of state. He goes to mom and he says, "Mom, Dad's not listening to me. This is a healthcare issue. If I go back to school in January without this new video game system, I'm gonna get bullied, and it's a healthcare issue." And mom says, "You know what? You got a point, son. Let me caucus with your father, and between now and Christmas, the house will make a decision." See, we all engage in politics every day, in church, in family, and in civil government. And God forbid we would not have a say in what goes on in civil government and what goes on in seeking the prosperity of our city. So family, let's be careful. Let's be careful to engage in all of this. And yes, politics can be an ugly thing, but it can also be a righteous thing. And we just need to make sure that we do it the righteous way. Amen. God bless you.